Good afternoon, Sigonella. This is Chaplain Wicker. As part of our continued commitment as chaplains to bring you some words of encouragement as we continue to navigate these uncharted waters of COVID-19, I was reminded of something that was shared with me some time ago. As a father, I've always considered one of the more important lessons that I hope to instill in my kids as the principle of perseverance, right? Staying in the battle as long as it takes to win. Getting back up when you get knocked down and doing that as many times over again as is necessary. There's a scene in the movie Rocky Balboa that's about exactly this. Rocky is teaching this lesson to his son Robert. It's the final movie of the Rocky series. He's well past his prime, at least as an athlete. He's in his 50s. He's a little punchy, and he's just decided to attempt a comeback. And Robert, his son, is trying to talk him out of it, saying how unfair this is to him, how hard he's trying to build a life for himself, and how tired he is of constantly living in the shadow of his dad. He's telling him how much he feels held back by what his dad's choosing to do. And Rocky says something powerful to him. He says, "Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place. And I don't care how tough you are. It will beat you to your knees and keep you permanently there if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done." That line, it's about how hard you get hit and keep moving forward. It reminds me of some words that Jesus spoke once, words of promise, but not exactly the kind of promise we want to claim too quickly. Jesus said, "In this world you will have trouble." He says how the rain will fall. The question is how are you going to handle it? Paul, in speaking to a group of Christians in the church in Corinth, said we often suffer, but we're never crushed. Even when we don't know what to do, we never give up. In these times of trouble, God is with us. And when we get knocked down, we get up again. What a unique time to be alive. It will probably be a time that our kids will someday tell others, in much the same way that some of us recall significant historical events in our life. The Space Shuttle Challenger exploding out of the sky. That's one that I remember. 9/11, watching a second plane strike the towers. I'll never forget where I was that day. These are times when our community will either shine or not. It will bring out the best, and unfortunately, for some, it will bring out the worst in who we are too. Those of us with kids know all too well how much they watch us, how much they take note of things like how do we respond under stress. They're taking cues from you and me, for better or for worse. And so let's make sure we do our part to model perseverance and to model it in its best form, in how we talk with each other and to each other, in how we care for each other, and how we care for ourselves in dealing with some of the inconveniences of life these days. Sigonella, let's persevere. We can do hard things. Until next time, this is Chaplain Wicker.